Wanjiko Karaoke is my name, and I am here to encourage somebody. So I have a testimony of how God changed my life. In 2015 was a very, 2014, 15 were 2 years that were very difficult for me. And have you ever been in a situation whereby you cannot move forward or go backward? You are just there, you're stagnant. And I was going through a moment of asking God so many questions, and because of maybe what I or as a family were going through. And let me tell you, I have even underlined the verse I read that day. It was on 18th of December 2015. I read in the book of Isaiah, chapter 15. Maybe I can read it. And it says, "So do not fear, I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. All who rage against you will surely be ashamed and disgraced. Those who oppose you will be as nothing and perish. Though you search for your enemies, you will not find them. Those who wage war against you will be as nothing at all. For I am the Lord your God, who takes hold of your right hand and says to you, do not fear, I will help you." You can see it's underlined. I underlined this in December, when? On December 18th, 2015. And I was telling God, oh my goodness, by an act that can just be called a miracle, oh God, may my testimony manifest. Lord, may you make a way for me. May you make a way for my family. I was at the edge, you know. I did not have hope. I don't know why I read this verse, because I even don't know whether I had enemies. I just read this verse and I knew my problems were my enemies. You know, and I remember standing in the kitchen that time and crying as I leaned at my fridge, you know, telling God, God, I don't know how you are going to change my life. I don't know how things are going to turn around, but you have to make a way, you know. I don't know your ways, just like I do not know the direction of the wind every day, just like I do not know how my bones were formed in my mother's womb. But God, you have to make a way. And let me tell you something. Our God hears. God is so faithful. It's we people who forget how faithful God is. And sometimes God looks at us and is like, what is worrying you? You only need to talk to me and I will hear you. And let me tell you something. Within like 14 or 12 days, God had answered my prayers in a way that even my husband asked me, how did we get here? How did we do this? You know, tulifikaje hapa? And I told him, it can only be God. Let me tell you something. God hears our prayers. And as women, when we cry to God, He hears our prayers. And, you know, I was telling God that everything that represents shame, everything that represents reproach in my family, God, may you turn it into honor. And I'm telling you, He did it in such a short time, because sometimes, imagine Mungu hukimbia. There's this song of Muigai that I love so much. It's a Kikuyu song, and he says, and I will interpret after I sing it, that ate I'm not able to remember the how it sang, but he says, ati haria de tihodagiriirwo gukorwo ndi nugutengatengeria watengatengeririe mwathani ukiginya haria waigite kirathimo giakwa. That wherever you are today, maybe it's not where you are supposed to be, sio mahali ulikuwa unafaa kukua, lakini Mungu alikimbiza baraka zako, akakukimbiza ukajipata mahali uko leo. You know, you did not go through that process that people say. It's just the way God made things and blessed you so much that even people wonder how you got where you are. And that is what God did for me. And I always tell God, oh, I am just blessed. I am just happy that I am a witness of what you can do. I am a witness of so many things that you can do. You know, the supernatural backing that God gives you is just amazing. And this verse has been my verse for the longest time, because it reminds me of where I started with God. And I always read it. And that time when I was reading this verse, I think I was crying. You know, tears were flowing down my cheeks because I was so emotional. And have you ever been in a situation mahali ni kama mko wewe na Mungu hapa kwa hapa? And that is where God takes us sometimes when we are going through difficult moments, that he takes us to situations whereby you need to talk to him, like you feel like you're talking to him face to face. I know you have been in such situations where you feel like you're talking to God face to face. And let me tell you, it's never in vain. God hears. He's such a faithful God. He will make you laugh. Love you.